Shit.
Yeah, they can. Hello.
Hey guys.
Who's pumped?
This could have been a lot better.
I was quite excited about coming here tonight before last night happened.
Yeah. Quite deflating. I see everyone's already
It's a fair
having
bit
a
going
chat.
on. There's more chat in there than some of our entire pods.
Well, is my computer going off?
Just got to sort Bozza out. Oh, I didn't find a air horn fart. I might just do them at the end.
Can you do an air horn in slow mo?
Just maybe intersperse the air horn with the farts.
Yeah.
Keep it classy.
Are they on the same page?
No.
No.
No, that would be too smart. All right. Alrighty. What is going on here? All right, we ready?
Let's do it. So much air horn farting. Oh. Welcome to Here We Crow, episode 131. What was going to be a jovial episode has unfortunately turned slightly sour, but we still do want to celebrate the Crows win against the Pies tonight. And we will once we address some certain things. Sam, welcome.
Thank you, Lauren.
Ben, welcome.
Thanks, Lauren.
Good to see you both. Dan and Kate are both out, unfortunately. But I think it's probably best we only have 3 opinions on what's going on.
Yeah, probably.
Thanks, everyone, for joining in the chat early. I know a lot of you are going to be watching tonight. We do have a lot to celebrate, but unfortunately we don't have a lot to celebrate today. But we'll get through it. Ben, cheer us up with your 131 stats.
Okay, I'll do that without a singer.
Oh.
That's fine.
And your
Oh, my Lord. You're the only
good
one.
grief.
Good grief.
and your debutante player, please.
I'm the stat man.
All right.
Thank
so-
God we had
Put the
that.
camera on large, please, Sam.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. I'm really out of it tonight. There we go. Sorry,
Well,
team.
so-
I should mention just before you get started, we're in the new TA courtyard, which is
Yeah.
actually pretty nice. I think I like
Does
I
it
like
look
what they've
fancy?
done. It does actually look pretty nice.
From
And
behind? Oh, yeah, it does.
We've got the
look
TV. And
TV.
We've got Ralphie in the background.
fancy lighting back there. We're in a circular, comfy booth.
If you've been to the TA courtyard before, I think they've done a nice job at making it a lot nicer out here, and it's a lot bigger. And
And
they've
there's a
got
bar.
And there's a bar out
Like
here
a
now.
bar window.
Yeah.
No, it looks great.
I think they've done a really nice job. So, yeah, give a bit of a plug to our major sponsor.
Yeah. Thanks, TA. Thanks, Jake, as well.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, continue.
So anyway, 131. So for a day of controversy, I thought, we'll just go with 131 debut player of Wayne Carey. So,
Oh, God. Oh, goodness, got any worse.
so 28 games for us between 2003 2004. Apparently he did some stuff with North before being traded to us. With us, he kicked 56 goals, so he's 2 goals a game for us. He retired after a series of injuries. Finally, a disc injury to his neck was the last straw, and that was his career done. Post-football, yes, so when he's not snorting anti-inflammatories or innocently and efficiently using toilets 2 at a time, there's been issues.
I've got no judgments on that, honestly.
Yeah, what happens in the loo stays in the loo.
Yeah.
So it's always been the way I go about my life. So he's also had issues with domestic and police violence.
We're really starting this off strong, aren't we?
Every time I think about Wayne Carey, I think about was it square goalposts that he ran into?
Yeah, with the knee.
Yeah.
See, I looked that up. I said, what was the injury with Carey hurting his knee on the goalpost? And it went back to something in 97 for North. So apparently he did it a couple times. He ran into goalposts and hurt his knee. But yeah, we used to have the old square padding.
Yeah.
But yeah, and for some reason I thought that was what ended his career, but no, it was a neck issue. So there you go.
Well, that's what the anti-inflammatories
Apparently he's also had
Thank God he's got them.
some media gigs in between his controversies.
Yes.
So, but that's probably
as if
enough.
they wouldn't.
There's probably enough about one young Wayne Carey. Interesting to me, stats. Pitiful Pittman had 131 games with us. And Neil is up to 131 contested possessions for us.
Oh, wow, already?
So there you go.
Go Neil.
And I didn't feel like this was a night to stretch out my segment, so that'll do us.
Gordo.
Yeah, I think there's some people in the chat that might be keen to talk about something else.
Yes. All right. Well, we're just going to straight up address it now because we do want to get into the game review and celebrate what was a great win for the Crows. But unfortunately, obviously, news last night that Izak Rankine is currently under investigation for using a homophobic slur towards a opponent. Like, honestly, dude, I'm just like, why are you so dumb? I cannot believe, one, that this is still happening within the AFL and in 2025, but two, that you have literally watched 4 other players be punished severely for this very thing, and that's what you're doing.
One literally like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the eve of a finals campaign, you haven't ever played finals before as a player.
Yeah.
This is the first finals run since 2017.
Yeah.
We have worked so hard to get here. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's just disappointing. I've been driving around a lot today, so I've had a lot of time to sort of try and think about how I feel about it. It's a shit thing. He's absolutely done the wrong thing, and I think he deserves whatever punishment's handed down to him. It's just a word that's not used, or not used in my circles. I think we've had a fair few people seem to disagree with that, that on Twitter today, which is a bit weird. I heard someone use it at the ground when we were there the other night, not directed at anyone in particular. He was just using it.
Mainly heard maggot was the thing I
No, this is like,
a lot of maggots.
this is pre-game. Some guy just used it, and it just sort of like stood out to me as like, I don't hear that word.
It really does shake you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, I remember the showdown, maybe when you dislocated your shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
There was
the
a
guy
kid behind us that said it, and I called him out straight away. I was like, do not say that here.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah.
Like,
And like, it doesn't upset me. I don't care. It's like, it's not my like battle to fight, but it's just not like, it's just, why would you use it? You know, it offends people. Why are we?
And, you know, to those people that say it's not that bad and it's just words, you are forgetting that we are in an age now where football sport is for everyone and always has been. But we've got an AFLW team and league who have got openly gay players in it. Like, you cannot be using words like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like those girls like would look up to those players. And like, how disappointed would they feel? How ostracized would they feel knowing that shit is getting thrown around when they're playing? And it comes so naturally.
Yeah.
Like, it is really woeful.
It is. And I think that was where I was sort of going with where I thought about it today. And I think the biggest thing for me is just how disappointed I am for the club, because I don't give a shit about players. Like, the players themselves don't really interest me much. Like, my allegiance is to the club, and the club is who I want to see do well. Like, I don't really care that Izak doesn't get the chance to play for a grand final. As long as we win, I couldn't give a shit. I don't care who's a part of it. The ones, you know, obviously there's some like ifs and buts to that, of course. There's some players that I really like and some that, you know, maybe I don't so much. But I think that's the biggest thing, is that, you know, he's now hurt the club by doing what he's done. He has put yes, we can still win it without him, but he is a very important cog, a very important player that can break a game apart that
Yeah.
we're probably not going to have in our first final series for however long. So
Yeah.
I think that's the most disappointing thing to me.
He has let a lot of people down, including himself, his family, his teammates, the club itself, the league. Like, it's, you know, he'll be hurting from this personally. And I really hope he's learnt a massive lesson. And that's why they're handing out these massive punishments. They do not want this in the game.
Yeah.
So you cannot complain. You can't say it should just be a fine. We are stamping this shit out. And it's for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, there is a reason why there's no out players.
Yeah.
It's obviously the culture that is fostered within football communities is still very Neanderthal-like, obviously. Like, there needs to be a significant change. Like, we've reached a point now in time where we're a more progressive society, and like gay people and queer people are more prevalent than ever. We have to include them. They are included in this. Sport is about community, and they are part of the community. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't think it would be outrageous to say that the average footballer wouldn't be that intelligent.
No, not at all.
Other than Rob.
Other than Rob. Yeah, Dr. Rob, of course.
But I still, again, not an excuse.
No.
Like, you're smart enough to know better,
Yeah,
surely.
Yeah, but it's that sort of, I guess, that footy boy mentality that I really dislike that, shines through here a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it will shock you to hear that I didn't always fit in that well in a football environment. It was a bit of a odd square peg in a round hole. But it is. Yeah, you can sort of see that it's not. My experience is, football clubs aren't always about what's appropriate. It's sort of being blokey, and it's a shame. I think it goes that there are deeper ingrained things. The reason that no one has been comfortable enough to say that I am a gay player playing men's,
And they're out there.
whereas it's been embraced obviously in the AFLW. But you just think about the odds. There, with everyone who's played, it's impossible that no one ever was.
Vardy said, "You're the Rob of Here We Crow."
Well,
I don't really know what he means by that, but I find it funny.
Vardy said, "How would the Rainbow Crows be feeling?" Like,
Yeah.
we've literally got a group of people.
And-
like, they have to address this, which is
And
insane.
What sort of personal views do you think I hold here?
And look, to the people that we've, obviously started a few fires on Twitter today, which I think was, completely warranted. But to the people that are sort of saying, well, it's what's that? If I've been called worse than that and all those sort of things, it's like, well, that's fine to you. Like, that's, so have I. Like, if I got called that word, which is, alleged to be said, it doesn't bother me. I don't care either. But like,
There's people that
it do. Yeah, it does.
There's also a historical thing of, like, homosexual people have been vilified, like murdered, it is a huge thing. Like, they have been fighting for their existence, for their entire existence. Like, it is way bigger than you as an individual. It is not about you. It is about the broader community, which, like, I hate this selfish narrative of, like, oh, it doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend me. No one gives a fuck about you. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think the whole idea, when it's punching down is where I take offence to it. Like, it's people who are in a privileged position saying things about a minority in a way that makes it seem like it's a bad thing that you're part of that minority. It's a position of power, making fun of someone who doesn't have that power, and it's just
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just, as much as you don't care if you get called that, it's not about you. So
he's approaching it in a reasonable manner, so I'm going to bring it up. This Lasers guy that's in the chat saying, I get what you're all saying, but I just think it's premature to pass judgment on Rankine until we know specifically what's been said.
Well, we know what's been said.
Yeah,
It's already
I
been
think
reported.
we have. Yeah.
I think, why does it have to be specifically anything?
Yeah.
He can't be saying anything homophobic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone else has written that Snoop Dogg catalogue has a few homophobic slurs. Now, I double checked this, and Chat GPT tells me there isn't any slurs in Snoop Dogg's back catalogue, I think there's been a couple of controversies.
Well, they did show one. They did beep one out and play it on SEN this afternoon.
Did they? I missed that.
Yeah, I happened to catch that. I don't often listen to Rucci and Kim
Are
Dillon.
you suggesting he won't get to play in the grand final?
I think there's been a lot of
might suspend him.
rhetoric today on Talkback saying, well, if the AFL was so tough on homophobia, then they shouldn't book someone who uses those words in their music. And I think there'd probably be a lot of people who would agree with that.
Yeah, I feel no way about that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like whatever about the AFL grand final entertainment.
Well, I don't understand. Anyway, I would
I think
talk about that.
I think it's beside the
pads.
point. I think it's just like distracting from the point at large, which is that homophobia in the AFL is currently running rampant, and they want it stamped out. So yeah, unfortunately, it does affect us big time.
Shamila Tour said, just really sad and really not looking forward to this overshadowing the great season and lead into finals. So disappointing. Not watching any footy shows tonight or all week. Yeah, that's the thing. We genuinely all wanted to come in here after such an awesome win on Saturday night and just be so positive that we'd beaten a team we hadn't beaten for so damn long. And then we're all coming here and we're all somber. We've got probably more people in the chat and watching us than we've ever had, wanting to know what we've got to say on one of our players being an absolute idiot.
But hopefully by addressing it at the start, we can now, once we've feel like we've done enough, we can actually talk about the game and everything else that's going on, Crows, and maybe think logistically, if we are to lose a player, how do we cover that?
Yeah. Well, I think we've said all we can really say about that. Our stance on it. You don't have to agree with it, but I think all we want to do is try and be good people to other people and have empathy for other people who are maybe struggling. So that's really what it comes down to. And also the safety of people like the gay community who want to go to games and enjoy the sport.
Yeah.
Like, that is really important. So don't ever forget that.
Also, all the people who keep blaming Collingwood for launching it, apparently the Age has reported that we did it. We were the ones who reported it.
That is some tin foil hat shit. I mean, what? You are off your fucking rocker. SN said Izak could have been your AFL grand final entertainment. Thought was? Well, he ain't going to be now.
Well, having said that, they've got.
They might let him do an acoustic number, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, he might be available now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jeez. Well, they might have let him play before the big game, but not anymore.
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, we do want to talk about the game. It was a fantastic game against Collingwood. Maybe you should play the air horn so we can clear the air horn.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Boop, boop. Finally, we have got one over the Pies. It only took, 10 games, 10 years, something like that?
Yep. I think was it 9, maybe? I don't know.
9 years, I think. Yeah, I was saying to Henry, the last time we beat Collingwood, you were at about 2. So... yeah, that put it in perspective for him.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately for me, it wasn't the 25-point win that I predicted, but it was a close one. Ben, the Nostradamus, you got pretty close, didn't you? What did you tip us by?
Was I here?
Oh, no, maybe you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
Who was it? Maybe it was Kate. It must have been Kate or Dan. Must have been Kate and Dan. But yeah, wow. I got the privilege of sitting behind the Collingwood bench. Now, I didn't throw any homophobic slurs out to those players, but I did call Dan Houston a wanker. Is that okay?
That's fine. I think, actually.
We got the privilege of standing behind the interchange bench.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I actually do really enjoy, encouraging the players as they're coming on and off. I kind of yelled out to Dawson at one point when we were kind of playing pretty shit. I was like, lift them, Geordie, lift them. And then he went out and he smashed it. I was like, that was all me. And then at one point, Fogg he took a mark right on the wing there and I yelled something out and totally put him off and he completely shanked it. So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty fun.
It is quite a dynamic spot to see him coming and going end of goals and things like that. So.
Yeah, I quite like the standing. Obviously, with the ground being as packed as it was very difficult to find a spot to sit in the Western stand. So I didn't mind the standing spot. I thought it was good. Obviously, being tall, like you said, it helps in that situation.
And the rain wasn't too bad either, so that made it fine.
Yeah, well, where we were standing, we were just behind the drip line. So we got the occasional drip from the roof, but most of the rain missed us.
Excellent.
Joshy, we probably weren't far from you. Standing on the blue line just in front of the Sacca members. Yeah, that would have been pretty damn close, I reckon.
Yeah, we were somewhere along there.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
We were directly behind it was the Crows that were directly behind, weren't we? Not Collingwood, the Crows.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about our experience.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
game itself was pretty good. What were your thoughts, Sam?
Obviously, dodgy first quarter again, which is a bit of a worry. We're not obviously can't really rely on damaging first 10 minutes of the second to get us back into games every week. I wouldn't have thought.
It's not ideal, no.
No, but I think we knew Collingwood were going to be fired up. They'd come in losing 4 or 5 and coming up.
The media scrum about them and this and that. It was almost exactly like when we had to play Fremantle, where everyone was on their back and they had to have a response.
Yeah, and I think they were fired up. You could tell, and good on them. Of course, they should have been too. They were coming over here where they've had a lot of luck, a lot of success as well. I shouldn't say luck.
Collingwood would never get the luck, I've heard.
It's funny. I have to laugh at the discourse after the game from Collingwood fans saying, how much we got the right of the umpires in that first quarter. I think it was very much the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know what game they were watching.
Yeah.
Like, there was some bad calls both ways.
Yeah, I think the second half we absolutely got the run. There was a lot of free kicks there that there was one that was real dodgy that should have been called against us that didn't. And
was that the one near us?
Yeah,
because I think
maybe.
late in the game there was a West one, that Brody Smith, where he was cuddling the ball and the Collingwood guys were deliberately not tackling
him. Yeah, that's it.
And he was still tugging
It's
the
their
ball.
new little technique, isn't it?
Yeah, but like the Schultz, some of those Schultz throwing the ball and, the Nick Dacos one and things like that.
Oh, what a soft.
Yeah.
Like, dude, don't ruin your reputation by being a flop.
He is a genuine superstar.
amazing.
Why
Like,
does he have to do this
Don't
sort of
do
shit?
that, man. Just take it.
Yeah.
Especially when you start it.
Yeah, and just for me, the selective forensic detail that commentary team will look for possible free kicks. Like the number of times I heard Dunstall say, "Well, I want to have a quick closer look at that," and this and that.
I know, you're making people irate doing that. This is how the game has always worked.
And it did feel like 90% of the time that was when it went at Crow's way as well. So that helps to make Collingwood feel like they were hard done by, because the commentators felt it was all Collingwood hard done by.
And I want to defend the most maligned player of all, Lockie Murphy. He got done holding the ball right in front of us when he marked it and then slipped over.
Yeah.
And the umpire called play on when he slipped over. Yeah. And then he actually did handball the ball out and he still got done holding the ball.
Yeah, that was pretty
That
rough.
is a shocker.
Yeah. Vardy said Pies were well rested. We were not, which was another thing I had in my notes.
The old 6-day break versus 9.
Yeah. So, to be able to perform like we did in that last quarter and hang on and, go as sort of defensive as we did, just worked a charm,
I
think.
Well, and the fact that we lost territory so heavily for most of the match and still held up.
Yeah, that was insane, those numbers, wasn't it? 70, was it 71?
Yeah, 71 inside, 50s to our 37.
Yeah,
so
that has to be some sort of record, doesn't it, as far as discrepancy for a loss?
It feels like what we used to do when we were a bad team. We'd get it inside 50 a lot, but do nothing with it. So.
I don't know if you saw the X score thing, but it was pretty close in the end.
Was it? Yeah,
even with those 71 inside 50s.
They had a lot of shit inside 50s.
They really did, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
If we were a Pie supporter, we'd be that frustrated with the way we use the ball going forward.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Vardy also said apparently 360 on Fox are dedicating an entire Ray Chamberlain segment to the crow throw.
Do you know what? I actually think the Ben Keys one had enough on it for it to not be a throw, because people forget that he's left-handed and you can't see his left hand really in that shot, but he does have that thumb flicker.
Yeah.
I reckon he put enough on it just for the umps.
Oh, and the fact that they now highlight that and go as if it's isolated, like that the handball hasn't been evolving to a throw for the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? There's at least 10 of these every game.
Melbourne at their peak.
I saw plenty of Pies ones.
You show me Clayton Oliver actually handballing the ball as opposed to just tossing it out, but it's apparently enough of a flick.
Yeah.
I think it's gotten to the point now where get stuff with tradition. If they can't tell what a throw is, what a handball is, let them throw, but they have to use 2 hands. It can't be 1 hand. Something that is black and white, because they don't handball anymore. I'm pretty sure when I grew up, most of the momentum had to be from the punching hand.
Yeah, well now.
Whereas now it's maybe if you get a touch, that's good.
Yeah.
So umpires, we know, are useless at seeing close things consistently. Just make it easy where it's a throw, but it has to be 2 hands instead of 1 hand.
The other thing is,
that's easy.
if they call every single throw, how long are the quarters going to go for? We'll be wasting a lot of time.
And the AFL is desperate to have this free-flowing, fast game.
Yeah.
If you're not allowed to throw, they won't be as fast and attacking.
I also don't think it's not that much of an impactful free kick, really, a throw. Depending on where you are on the ground, it's just like...
It's either
just
that
too much
or
time
go
wasting.
hard the other way and say that the momentum of the ball has to be from punching it as opposed to...
And then all those dodgy over-the-head ones will have to get outlawed.
All these... I'm pretty sure I wasn't allowed to do that when I was growing up.
No.
You couldn't handball over your head because it would be seen as a throw.
Every sort of like couple of months, they pick a random one of those to call a throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just... Yeah, it's...
Sensible's made a good point that throw rhymes with crow. That's why that's why they are going with
Well,
it.
the crow throw was a thing, wasn't it, from back in the day?
Dunstall Lion loved saying crow throw again because it's what used to be said when they played.
Yeah.
They loved it.
Yeah,
So-
back when the Crows first entered the comp,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
because
a
we
thing?
had fast hands, but because it's a South Australian with fast hands, it's obviously just a throw, not a handball.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Oh man, you know what? I actually, like Sensible says, embrace the hate.
Yeah.
Hate us. People hate us because we're on top of the ladder.
Yeah.
I would rather be hated than be on the bottom and people.
Yeah, it hasn't taken long from people to going, oh yeah, they're doing really well with the rebuild to
they're cheats.
now they're on top.
Cheats, they're throwing, they're flopping.
Yeah, we hate Adelaide.
Yeah.
It is certainly obvious some of the deep down biases against us.
Yeah. But there were some great performances, I think, on Saturday night. I think our defence just held up magnificently.
Yep.
They've obviously been a real shining light for us this year. The no-name backline. As
Yeah, do they have names yet?
No, I don't think so.
I did
No.
see someone write something, it was a few days ago, saying how long can a no-name backline still be a no-name backline when their names are actually doing very well?
Yeah,
Jack
that's right.
Rewalt's pushing that still.
Is
like,
he?
come on, mate, get a
Yeah.
new line.
He is the worst. He is so shit. How he still has... Oh,
And the number of people who say they're no-name, because we weren't talking about them. It's the same people that say Dan Curtin doesn't deserve any awards because we weren't talking about him in the first half. We were giving him Quiet Achiever awards. We were happy with what his role was.
We were.
We were talking about him. So it's not that he was doing a crap job. It's just that he wasn't getting the media attention. It doesn't mean that he wasn't actually doing very well.
The people that vote for this stuff are watching the games. That's the thing. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of commentary that people that aren't watching a lot of Crows games, I think. Because, we weren't talking about him then. I think Luke Hodge said that. How many Crows games have you watched this year,
Yeah, well,
Luke
that's
Hodge?
the thing you've got to watch is how much football do these guys actually watch? There's a few in the media that I reckon watch a lot of games, and then there's a bunch that don't watch many at all.
I'm shocked that Luke Hodge would be talking more about his ex-team in Brisbane's rising star more than he was talking about Dan Curtin. That's shocking to hear.
Yeah.
Kingy has actually given the defence a name, the Rundle Maulers.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear that on Fireball this morning, Sam?
Rundle Maulers. No, I actually I've been driving around all day and I haven't listened to Fireball. I know.
Jeez.
I haven't missed an episode.
Look, Kane's reaction was, I don't get it. They're the Mauls balls. And I actually, I went there too because it's such a South Australian thing. I was like, I don't get it. But you meant maul.
Maul, yeah.
M-A-U-L.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for spelling it correctly in there. Now, all right. Well, should we do some votes?
Yeah.
I'll just quickly throw some stats at you.
Oh yeah, please, Bit.
So very even for total possessions. We did lose the clearances, 38 to 52. We did manage to win contested possession by a little bit, 154 to 137. One area, partly because it was wet, but we only got 5 marks inside 50, which meant we weren't getting that. I guess organised transition into our forward line. They had 10, and as we said before, the inside 50s was like 37 to 71. Another stat was the last 2 weeks where I think we'd all say that we weren't playing at our peak, that we haven't looked as good maybe as previous weeks. I think West Coast definitely. Even Collingwood, I don't reckon, particularly that first quarter, but overall our transition didn't look that damaging.
No, we didn't look very
good.
flash at all,
No.
I don't reckon.
Even when we got back in the second quarter, I think I said to you, I don't feel like we dominated them to get back even like they dominated us in the first.
Yeah.
I was told that's just because I'm pessimistic.
That wasn't from
You
me.
said that
No,
from
that was
who said that?
Paul, my friend.
Oh right, I was going to
So-
say Sam said that to you.
No.
Captain Pessimist.
Well, you know Paul, he's a lot more optimistic than I am.
He's a great guy.
Yes. So, but what has happened the last 2 weeks is we've actually scored more from stoppage than we have turnover.
Yeah, right.
Which every other game we've either equaled or done, kicked significantly more score from turnover. So I think that showed that we weren't getting turnover and then running and damaging, punishing the opposition. We had to really, really work hard for pretty much all of our goals. So I'm hoping, starting with North, but getting into finals, we can get back to playing the game the way that we are at our strongest, because I don't think for the last few weeks we have been.
Yeah, no.
We finished first, but I don't think we're playing as the best footy we have all year.
100% agree.
No,
and so does
absolutely not.
Nixie.
Yeah, yeah, no. Forward entries aren't there at the moment. We were I think we relied a little bit on Fogg and Thilthorpe to take big marks in the wet to get shots on goal, because there was so many times that we would just get these really shitty, shallow entries. And I think Collingwood's defence, I think, even though it's a bit, I don't know, lacklustre.
They actually did a way better job than I thought they would without Jeremy Howe.
They certainly found a way to free up more.
They did.
And he got in the way a fair bit.
Yeah.
And I think by all reports, Filthy looked pretty sore still from the whole neck thing last week. So he wasn't really on his game.
Several times feeling around his neck and stuff. So I don't.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit like that game. Who was it that we beat? Was it Hawthorn, where he was a bit off as well? Can't remember which game, but when he had his gastro or something or other, and he was really struggling. It was a similar sort of feel on the weekend where he was a bit underdone, but still took like 5 contested marks or something underdone. So still a fair old effort, but certainly not at the peak of his powers.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the what Nixie said about the belief that the group have now, they really believe that they can win those games regardless of how they're playing.
Yeah.
So, if we can lift in these next few weeks over the finals period, we can win it. We absolutely can.
Yeah. It was, I think that we we just had to get over the line against Collingwood. I think that was just a big step for the club, I think. And you could tell that when it got tight, that the game got tight and the players knew it. They knew it was going to be a grind, and Collingwood just have this ability, and despite them not playing the best footy at the moment, they just have this ability to just grind in these close games. They're just well drilled, I think, despite not having a ton of talent across the park, to get these results close where they might be able to win the game. So it was a good job.
Yep. Well, should we get in some votes then?
Sure.
All right, I've got some texted in votes from the sensible one, Nuz. He's given 3 to Worrell, 2 to Mark Keane, and 1 to Dawson. Dan, 3 votes Worrell, 2 votes Keane, 1 vote Dawson. Kate, 3 votes Worrell, 2 votes Keane, and 1 vote Cumming. Mainly because he was composed the whole game and was everyone's hype man, geeing them up when they did something good.
That goal that he kicked where he had the double possession, that was fantastic and probably worth everything we're paying him.
Controversial Keys possession, you mean?
Yes, true. Sorry.
Did you see the sign at the end, old Keyses?
Yes, I did see that. Very good.
Yeah.
Sam, your votes, please.
I went the same 2, Worrell and Keane, top 2, and then I gave 1 to Fogg. I just liked what he did through the game. I think he was our main forward. He was certainly the one that was doing something until the last quarter where Filthy got a little bit more involved. So, I just wanted to reward what I saw from him on the weekend.
Excellent.
Not that he cares.
I went very backline heavy just with how much it was down there and how much they kept us in it. So I actually went Keane, then Worrell. I gave extra points for Keane getting smashed in that marking contest.
Oh, yeah.
And then continuing on. 2 for Worrell, and I gave 1 to Miller, who I thought bobbed up a fair bit throughout the night.
Miller was great. He was
game,
if I was one of those people who gave 4th votes, Miller would be it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I spread it around a bit. So I did give 3 to Woos, but I gave 2 to Dawson because he had a lot of tackles and, his presence around the ground was felt, I think.
Yeah.
Keane did a great job, but he just missed out on my votes. I also wanted to give 1 to Fogg because I just thought he was up and down the ground and also kicked a couple of goals for us.
Did you give 2 to Dawson this week because you left him out last week when he had an absolute barnstorming game?
I don't know. I feel like it's gotten to the point now where I'm spreading the votes around a little bit because, there's too many good players, which makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh, Vardy brought up a good point. Keane's smother. That was crucial in that
Great
last
smother.
quarter. Yeah.
And what Ben brought up with the crunch that he got, I was worried. I was very worried because that was right in front of us and you could hear that, like very big hit.
Yeah.
And then that was hilarious too because who was it that kicked that goal in the end? Was it Tex?
Ooh.
Oh, no, I don't know who it was. It might have been Filthy, but he got up and, he was fine. And then as soon as he turned around and saw the goal was kicked, he was like, yes! And then Tex came over and, whacked him on the bum, good job, mate. So, yeah, that was just, so fun to see, and I was very glad he was okay.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Tyson Edwards.
You're such a quiet achiever.
Alrighty, Nuzman has got Cumming as the quiet achiever, and I also put Izak Cumming as a quiet achiever because I thought he was just, again, another one up and down the ground, and he did impact when he had the ball. Dan has Fog for the quiet achiever, as does Kate. Sam.
I went for Keys. Don't fall off your chairs.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I thought, he didn't star by any means, but he had some absolutely crucial possessions when the game was tight. There was a couple of marks that he took that he just had to take from balls rolling forwards that had just been slapped out of the defensive 50. That's pretty much what I remembered when I was trying to think of a quiet achiever.
Sure. Ben?
I went with Bond. I just thought
also a very good game.
the fact that Jamie Ellett has just ripped us apart in previous games, and he's still got 2 goals, but other than that, he didn't get a lot done in that game, and Bond was really accountable all game.
Yeah.
Special mention to Lockie Murphy, who kept Josh Dacos quite quiet during the game as well.
He did one fancy thing, that thing where he fell to the ground with the ball, jumped straight back up and kicked it away.
Yeah.
That's something.
Oh, Dan Curtin's mark. We didn't mention that.
Oh, that was the best.
Yeah.
Don't forget to vote for that in the AFL Mark of the Year.
That was very impressive, right? Yeah,
that was right in front of us as well, wasn't it? Yep, that was
very nice.
I got up out of my chair for that one.
I turned around to Sam. I said, I don't recall seeing Levi Ashcroft do that this year.
Yeah.
And how's that fog screamer too? Right in the pocket there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Murphy was fine, but if he comes out this week, I don't care.
As I said, it's a worry that I could notice one thing that he did well.
Yeah. I know, he kept, people were saying he kept Dacos quiet. Dacos still had 19 or something, so it's not like he was useless.
That is less than he'd normally get.
It's less.
He really didn't have as much impact as he normally
But he had 3 possessions or something, didn't he? So it's you kept someone quiet, but you did nothing.
Well, I think his job was just to keep him quiet.
But you can't have a player like that. You can't have a player not getting the ball at all.
I think it's more if his moment comes, we need to have confidence that he can do something good with it.
I honestly don't think his stats are that different to someone like Pedler. I mean, he kicks more goals, obviously.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm critical of Pedler too, getting as many possessions as he does.
It's a bit of a shame to see Taylor drop off his figures so much after a real blinder.
Yeah.
Anyway, good times with the Crowies. Now, the question is being asked, what does the next few weeks look like without Izak? Now, I reckon we've got a secret weapon up our sleeve, just quietly.
Oh, no.
Because Josh Rochelle could potentially come back.
I think we need to get the human growth hormone into him.
Yeah.
Maybe some calves, colostrum, something, whatever works.
Look, he said on
Is
was
that cow
it
blood? Or sheep
Colostrum.
blood?
No, colostrum's the first milk.
Oh, yeah. Does that help, does it?
Sure.
I'm sure he's at
pretty
the
sure
I remember colostrum
was
from
a
the
thing.
pregnancy thing. Yeah.
That was from a while. I think it was maybe mid-noughts. Colostrum was a big thing for players to be on. So, yeah.
and he's in that cryogenic chamber every week.
Yep,
so
hyperbaric.
Yeah, a bit of that. Look, if Rochelle can get back in time, that would be perfect. But I reckon we've got a secret weapon, and that is Max Michaelani. Max Michaelani doesn't need to go to the back line. Well, I think the back line's pretty sturdy right now. Laird's going to come back. Potential swap out for Smithers or Hinge, because Hinge hasn't really been that on, I reckon. Also, don't forget we can put Dan Curtin in the midfield.
Yep.
But put Max forward. I reckon that might throw some spanners in the works for some defenders.
Well, he can stop a damaging halfback for them, but he, as we saw, he can also get on the board, and apparently his goal kicking is really nice.
Yep. So I'm just saying, not all is lost.
I've annoyed some Murphy lovers in the chat. Just relax. My shtick is that I don't like Murphy. Just calm down.
If this is
He played a good game.
if
It's
this
fine.
has annoyed you tonight, don't listen to our back catalogue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it is going to be an interesting call. Obviously Rochelle would be ideal. Him coming back into the side has become crucially important now, certainly up forward to replace someone like Rankine, because we just don't have that talented small forward.
It's not an area that we have a lot of depth. That's why we're quite excited if someone like a Calamachi does want to come to us.
Carl Gallagher debut.
No, who's that in the chat saying Carl Gallagher? Is it got a bit of man love in there?
Coming from the clouds there.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. I would. I don't know. Nuz didn't seem to give him a massive rap. We'll go through what Nuz sent us earlier.
Obviously, Well, that's the other player I was going to mention, actually, is Billy Dowling, who is going to come up in the Sensibles notes there. He's had 2 pretty massive games in the Samful. He's knocking the door down. He's knocking Nixie's door down. I know he's not a small forward by any means, but he is another option.
Well, I think Rankine's the type of player that we can replace with whoever we think is next best, can't we?
And Dowling showed that he's at the level last year. He was one of our better players. He was giving us a bit of hope at the end of last year, the way he was playing. So
I don't see why we couldn't give someone like Draper a run this week if he's out either. So I know that Vardy, that was who I was mentioning, is Vardy. Yeah, Joshy just said Sid is X factor. Like, I think if we were going to bring someone in that's got the potential to show some X factors.
Well, if we're needing speed to
talent,
make up for the fact that we've lost the speed from Rankine, he brings the speed. I feel like we're saying everything that the message said, but I think the knock on Sid is still his disposal and what happens with the ball, but he's certainly very good to get it and get out into space. Yeah,
they've said Matt Crouch is not coming in. Apparently he's injured. Matt Horn just said Crouch ain't coming in with a groin. He's slow enough as he is.
Well, it was hip soreness he came out with this week, so he's still got issues. Well, let's check Nuz's sample.
Yeah, let's read what he actually said. Probably a good idea.
Enough paraphrasing.
Yeah, Dowling is ready. He needs to play against North. Sid's disposal a worry though through the game, but stoppage craft very good. Edwards and Nank good games, and Ibis tracking nicely after injury. So that's really good news.
Yeah. Sid's decision making is a work in progress from Vardy. Yeah, that's something that Nuz said, was that his disposal was a little off. But
it's another game we like this week coming up with North Melbourne that we don't want to rest on our laurels either, especially after Sheasel's just had a 50 possession game.
Sheasy, you mean? Sheasy Street.
Is that the name?
Ben would be very grumpy right now if he didn't have him in his fantasy team.
I had him.
Yeah, I know you did.
Right up.
How's that all going?
For most of the week, I had him as my captain and then changed it off him. So
yeah, right.
That was good.
Oh no, we've upset Matty Crouch fan club too. Sorry, I don't think he's coming in.
Yeah,
Matthew Crouch. Well, if he was out with a hip issue last weekend and they've been worried about his conditioning, it would be unlikely that he'd get enough fitness before the end of the year.
I think they've basically signed off on his ticket of being an absolute worst case scenario type player, haven't they? I would have thought with Matt Crouch.
Yeah, well, they needed him at 100% so he could actually impact a game. We've seen in the past, if he's playing a little bit under an injury cloud, that's when he doesn't look like a decent player. When he's been 100% fit, he's looked relatively dynamic and done some decent stuff, but he can't play with an injury and he's not versatile in terms of where on the field he can play.
We don't want to completely break the man.
Is Larky and Zerha out? People are saying in the chat that Larky and Zerha are out.
Zerha did his ankle.
Well, Larky's been out for the season for a while.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So
Zerha did his ankle on the weekend or something.
So they've got any forwards?
Well,
Curtis.
Someone kicked a lot of goals on the weekend.
I reckon we'll be able to cover Curtis if he's the only one. Far out. Okay. Jesus,
I don't know any other North players, so I can't comment.
I saw the Sheasel 54, but they did win on the weekend, didn't they?
They had a big win against
it was Richmond though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Richmond though, yeah.
How was that? There was some crazy fantasy scores in that game. The top four Roos players all had
160, LDU 160.
It's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, Lord Trembath for them. Oh, nice. Sorry, where were we going with all this?
Well, I don't know. I think we're done with talking about the game.
Yeah.
It was a great game, and obviously we've got a big one against North at Marvel this week, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
And people are saying, do we need to finish top? Do we need to win this week? I know we've locked in top 2. Does it even matter? Well, do we need to finish top 2 for it to be a top of the ladder for it to be the biggest rise in AFL history from year to year?
Yeah, I think so.
So
biggest rise since something. After Swamp Thing. But I think it would be nice, and would be really nice for Nixie to, honestly, and Nixie's critics to go from 15th to 1st.
Yeah.
I would love that for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Just checking, Curtis did kick 5 on the weekend.
Did he against Richmond? No. And they kicked a million
And
points.
Cooper Trembath did get 3.
All right. Lord Trembath, I think you are.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And 2 for Sheasel. So,
yeah.
Joshy's asking if we're doing a live pod and viewing for the last game.
Oh.
I don't know if we'll do a live pod, but we might do...
We might do a viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might head here or the AccuPIED for that.
Make it sound like pre-funeral.
Yeah, it is. Maybe, Joshy. Yeah, we might confirm that later in the week. But we didn't get a chance to discuss that.
We did want to do it, so we just look. I'm free, so I'm keen. I'm keen if you guys are. But we'll have to check with the other team.
I'll need to check with the boss about that.
Yeah.
Tice Crom says the 3 possible matchups we get week 1 is Pies, Hawks, Suns. I don't think anybody else can finish 4th. So I think, to be fair, I don't actually really mind playing all 3 of them. Obviously, Hawks and Suns would be nice, but...
I reckon the Suns would be the most... I'd prefer them over Hawks or Collingwood.
Hawks and Collingwood have a way of getting on a real run.
It's hard to
stop.
Oh, no. Sorry,
Brisbane?
that's another comment. Yeah.
But, so I don't know. You feel most particularly because we just smashed them Gold Coast, but whereas Collingwood or Hawthorn could have gone either way.
Gold Coast at home don't scare me at all, really. Like, I know they're better this year, but they don't. Like, look at the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they
don't look like one of the stronger teams.
They really don't.
Mitch Cleary just posted that Rankine is expected to get a ban of at least 4 weeks tomorrow.
I don't think the AFL is going to piss about. I think they're just going to rule him out for the year.
Does that... So if we lost the first qualifying final and then we play again, does that make him eligible for the grand final?
Yeah, it does.
That's a tricky road to run, though.
Should we throw it?
I don't think he should. Should we throw it? Well, are we tanking for Rankine again?
This time it's personal.
Yeah. It would be quite a storyline if we did happen to lose it and he had the 4 weeks off and then we made a grand final. But yeah.
Is it part of the Adelaide Crows culture currently to allow him to play that, or do we not care because we just have to do it?
I would say if he's been given 4 matches, he's served 4 matches, he would come back after those 4 matches.
Yeah.
All right, Ben.
The precedent's been
very sensible of you.
I think the AFL precedent's been set with what's happened to Bolter this year, so we would just need to do what we need to do really to win games.
Yeah. Just got to hope the game finishes before 10:30.
Yeah, hopefully they don't also give him a curfew. All right, well, let's get on to your segment then, Sam.
Oh boy, yep, not prepared for that at all. Actually, I've got no goods. They're all bad.
Footwear sacrificed at half price and equipment slashed to half price. Rowan Jarman's huge half price sale. Don't miss it.
For a lot of today, I'd assumed that this podcast would be just your segment of bads.
Yeah, it's pretty much
that would be all we talk about.
And then the positive was the game, but we've already discussed that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put Snoop Dogg Grand Final Entertainment in here. I know some people probably don't. Are a fan, but I just don't understand why we care about the grand final entertainment anyway. It's just a pissing contest for the AFL to try and get someone that's better than the NRL, and it's just pathetic, really. I think throwing millions at someone like him, just like I don't even mind him, to be honest. He doesn't bother me.
We talk about it every year, but I think it's so hard for the AFL to choose who to book for this kind of thing. Because
but does it matter? Like, why do they care? Like, why do they make it such a big thing?
Oh, because it's just something to talk about, isn't it? Like,
I guess.
We have to be like the Australian Super Bowl. So.
That's
I think the argument that we should, let Australian bands have a crack is warranted. But also, is there that many good bands? Like, who?
No.
You know what I mean?
Or not that they would get.
Not that I care about, anyway.
No, that's the thing. I think it's just I would probably just rather they didn't waste the money. And just not really.
What should
bother.
they do instead? Have like a drone show or something?
Oh yeah, like the Adelaide Oval one. That people can't see half of it. That'd be good.
10 consecutive donuts versus pie races.
Yes.
Yes. They could do donut versus pie, but in like the grand final sprint style.
Oh, you could have like 4 and 20 versus Balfours or something.
Oh,
and
yeah, that'd be
who
good.
takes it out.
Yeah.
Oof.
An extended version of the caravan kickoff, old marking contest.
yeah.
That went well, didn't it, on the weekend? That was another bad.
Oh, no. Well,
my
someone won the
biggest-
camper van.
My
Yeah, they
biggest
did.
bad is you got night games, and every time they make them catch a red ball.
Yeah, I know.
in
Why
a night game.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? And also, why did they start it so late? Why did he faff around talking for so long
I
and then
thought-
left no time for it?
I thought it'd be the third quarter and we'd still have a guy out there trying to catch a bloody football. So-
Both of those guys were catching those footballs in the wet. I know the ball was probably dry, but in their hands, and one was unlucky enough to not get the caravan. Anyway, that was shit. So that was another.
Someone's
Yeah, I'll
giving me
count
shit for fail re-Aussie options. Well, tell me who. Like, who should play it? I vote Alan the Sniffers. I vote King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That's all I've got, really.
Temper trap, you mean?
Oh, yeah, are we going to go back to Temper Trap? Like, Crowded House would be good, but also like Crowded House. Like, I love Crowded House. Don't get me wrong. I'm like their number one fan. Powderfinger. Like, people will say Powderfinger should reform. One, they're never going to. Two, it's just not the style, is it? Like,
No, probably not.
what songs do you want them to play?
Yeah.
You know, these days. I don't know. I
Chunky
just don't
Custard?
think that's going to get people amped up.
Vardy said chunky custard.
Yeah, get them out there.
Imagine that.
Maybe Cozzy can introduce them. Midnight Oil would be great. Yeah, I agree with that, Quirky. See, it's just the fact that like these Australian bands that could play it or you know are in the caliber of playing it
Yeah.
are never going to reform for this kind of thing. Yeah, it's pretty hard. I don't know. It's a really hard gig. Like, I would not want to be the person booking the AFL Grand Final entertainment. Like,
No.
it is a shit show.
and it's one of the
Get
reasons.
Dua Lipa.
It's one of the reasons I'm not necessarily an advocate for it, but they all want it to be a night grand final, so it's a fancier spectacle.
Yeah, that's it.
But
I mean, I also vote Frenzal Rom, but they'd probably say no.
Yeah.
Tism, I could handle Tism.
Tism.
Not sure
Imagine
what songs
that.
they could do.
No. Mr. Drossum
no.
says Humphrey B. Bear mime show. I heard Humphrey
Well,
B. Bear's
Fat-
coming back, isn't he?
wasn't he? Well,
Fat Cat
he was
flipped the coin at the West Coast game.
teaming up with Cozzy, I heard.
Oh, no.
So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Why is that?
Who's teaming up
can't
with Cozzy?
remember,
Humphrey Bieber.
Humphrey Bieber.
Yeah, Cole Chisel were playing the Adelaide 500. That's true.
Someone else.
But
Matt
that's
said
the reason why they won't play the AFL Grand Final,
Fat Cat.
unfortunately.
Well, that's probably a bit problematic. Just keeping on with the theme of the night. I don't know about
Well,
Fat
West
Cat.
Coast pulled him out to flip the coin at the Adelaide game, and my mum was like, "Look, it's your favourite, Fat Cat." I used to kiss the TV goodnight when Fat Cat
Oh,
said
really?
goodnight when I
He
was
did
little.
have a fairly
nice.
sordid past, and he's a bit.
I know.
He's a bit Don Burke.
I'm pretty sure someone else is in the suit now, Ben. So you know.
Well, yeah.
JTB said Spiderbait. Has Spiderbait done it before? I feel like maybe Spiderbait might have
know
done
Cram's
it before.
done it before.
Oh, Cram. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might have been it.
Yeah, see, well, that's the thing. All we're talking about is like older bands. I mean, I'd get a kill for Magic Dirt to do one, but they never would.
Some excellent suggestions.
You know, if I'm going to the AFL Grand Final, I want to see someone who I haven't seen before, and Snoop Dogg's one of them. What about
That's
Lady
true.
Gaga? Get Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Current's playing the night before.
Oh
the
yeah,
grand final.
Get
So,
Eddie Current on.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Quirky
Yeah.
said, "Isn't Aqaba prime chunky custard territory?" when,
Yes,
when that
I
was
reckon
said,
that is their home venue.
I'm pretty sure I might have actually photographed them one night.
After you talked about the preference of how they're seen by the public, I'm sure I drove past and they talked about having shuffleboard as an option
Oh.
at the AccuPIED.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do have
Yeah.
a big shuffleboard. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a let's get away from the granny sort of a.
Oh no,
vibe.
shuffle. No, it's like the
now we're
modern
talking
one.
SN.
It was-
Richard Cheese. Yes, I'm pro that.
Matt.
So shuffleboard for young people now, is it?
Well, yeah, it's that thing with the sand on it that's in like sports pubs.
Sand.
It's got sand on the top, and you push the things. You like roll
Yeah.
it along.
I
yeah.
just thought of that was for old people on cruises. But
Oh,
yeah.
it seems to be. Young people seem to like it. I don't understand it, but
Okay.
it's there. Yeah.
What
Very good.
about Matt the sax guy? Oh God, his audio was cutting out on the weekend, and
Oh.
I was worried. I was like, "Is this an omen?"
Yeah, well, that's right. He's had such a winning record.
looked
and then,
stressed
and
too.
then it wasn't working, and then we weren't working.
Yeah.
So it was seeming like he had made us lose the game.
Thank God that came through eventually. But yeah, I don't see why. If we play the grand final, I don't see why he can't get a gig there. I think that's definitely warranted.
Matt Horn said Vard's Fat Cat was still going on country TV not too long ago.
What about
so
what
good.
about like a Dom Dollar type thing?
I've no idea.
Is that
Dom
too
Dollar
live
is.
golf?
Yeah,
Oh, you know,
probably.
like DJ.
Oh, is he
kind of
DJ?
thing?
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, I did see him at that live golf thing.
Yeah. Is that too live golf? Maybe that
Probably.
it's been done.
Yeah, we don't want DJ. That'll get the oldies even more angry if there's a DJ doing it.
I mean, the thing is, like, I've said this on Twitter before. It's like the AFL Grand Final entertainment is purely for the TV viewers. Like, it's not for the people at the Grand Final. Because when
Yeah.
you're at the Grand Final, you're like, you're getting pissed at the bar, or you're going to get food. Like, how often are you actually sitting in your seat watching what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Oh, Matt's in the chat. He said he was stressed.
Yeah,
we were
you
stressed
look
for
stressed,
you, Matt.
brother. You look stressed. I could tell.
Yeah.
I was like, his eyes are concerned, but it's fine, mate. You came through, and eventually it came through, didn't
You
it?
got some
Got
high
the end.
fives from the drunks there on the
Yeah.
hill. Yeah.
It did very
Perfect
much
spot for you too.
resemble how the game went, didn't it? It started a bit dodgy, but came home
Yeah,
strong.
that's true. Yep. All right. Sorry, we're still going here.
Falky said expect Ranks to get 7 weeks. No, mate, he's getting 4.
Yeah,
Four is
hopefully
the
4.
4 is the word,
Yeah. Brisbane writing articles in support of Ashcroft for Rising Star.
and then deleting it.
A preemptive whinge about not winning it.
My
It's-
God.
That is really bad.
Surely they got something better to worry about than that.
And then cherry picking the stats, it's like, oh, look at his number of disposals versus
Yeah.
his number of disposals. It's like, well, how about we look at his number of contested possessions versus
Or
Kirk's?
impact.
And then
How many tackles has he had? How many? I don't think he's taken a contested mark this year. So to say all disposals are even doesn't seem like a very valid argument.
No.
And also claiming that the voting panel don't know who he is, and naming Greg Swan as a person who won't know who he is, the former CEO of Brisbane Lions. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
been very little press about the Ashcroft brothers, particularly after his brother just won the Norm Smith the previous year. No one knows anything about them.
No, that's right.
That's crazy. They were like, his name's Ashcroft. They know who he is. Come on. And yeah, then they deleted the article because clearly the feedback they got was,
Yeah, it was a
not
bit-
very good.
Tice Crom says Murphy Reid has taken the lead on Rising Star. Is that true? Has anyone seen
I'm
that?
not sure.
Haven't checked, but it wouldn't surprise me,
No, it's
honestly.
probably not surprising. Got some more bads here, some quick ones. Jamara linked to another shooting today. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Why does this keep happening?
Yeah, it's funny.
Who are you
It's-
hanging out with, mate? You got to get some new friends.
How unlucky is he? Very, very unlucky man.
Why are you lending your car out to dudes with guns? You should really not be doing that.
I did hear today that the room, like the word going around amongst most Vic journos is that he just will not play AFL ever again.
Yeah.
He
Not-
doesn't
not
seem
a-
to be putting himself in a strong position to be a likely candidate for anyone wanting to pick him up.
I reckon he's going to turn into a boxer guy. He's going to start
Oh,
boxing, I
yeah,
reckon.
maybe. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Matty Crouch fan club wanted to put a bad in. The family of Collingwood fans who drove over from Vic and sat behind me. Might need more to that story, but I can understand.
I got the pleasure of sitting next to a teenage Collingwood fan.
Oh, yeah.
He came with his family. There was 2 women and him and another kid. The other kid didn't have a scarf on. I said, "Who do you go for, mate?" He said, "No one."
Oh,
I was like, "All right, well, you're going to have a stress-free night then."
yeah.
The mother or auntie had a crow scarf on. She sat him next to me.
Oh.
Why are you doing that? You sit next to me. I don't want to sit next to you, Collingwood supporting kid.
Yeah.
I wanted to punch his head in.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I asked him who his favourite player was. He said Braden Maynard. I was like, that is controversial.
That's a
Yeah.
worry.
And then when I started calling Braden Maynard a wanker and saying you left the gas on over the bench, he didn't like that.
I put the commentators in here. I only rewatched the last quarter, but apparently they were pretty hard to listen to most of the evening on the TV.
In fact, even Hutto was
was
annoying.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hutto was annoying, but you could just feel those 1990s angst that Lyon and Dunstall have against the Crows.
Yeah.
It came back to the fore for both of them. They just, every time there was a free kick, I'd need to see that again
Yeah.
if it went the Crows' way. Nothing was ever said when Collingwood got a free kick.
I whinge about it every few weeks, but the focus on talking about free kicks in commentary needs to stop. It just is making it unbearable.
Particularly
Just
if it's-
call the game.
If it's going to be uneven.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's very, very frustrating. Sweet Caroline.
Why do people keep voting for that
Oh
song?
my God. Can we stop playing it? And you watch the footy at other grounds and it's happening there too. It's such a shit song. Can we please stop playing it?
It can't be that long that it's not a thing anymore, but at the moment there's still enough people who sing along to it.
I know, it's so annoying.
At the moment we are, it seems, in the minority, but yes, I am also not a lover of when that turns on.
Matty Cratch just got a bit of an update. Dad of the family said, "This is a beautiful ground. I've never been here before." I replied with, "Mate, probably half your players have never been here before."
Look, he's not
That's
wrong.
good.
It is a beautiful ground.
It is. But the worst thing, actually, it's kind of funny. The light show pre-game.
Why are you saying that was bad?
It was terrible.
Did you turn your light on?
No.
Oh, no, it was good.
That was so shit.
What
They
about-
hyped it up as though it was going to be something, and all it was just people turning the flash on their
I
phones
thought it
around the
looked cool.
ground.
I took my friend Laura, who hasn't been to she hasn't been to Adelaide Oval in 20 years.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, look, you're in for a treat with this pre-game. So I didn't tell her anything. So then first up, they tested the button and there's fire, and she was like, oh my God, there's fire? Yes. And then the Metallica came on. She was like, I love this.
Yeah.
And then I didn't tell her about Sandstorm, but then I was like, oh, we've got to do this light show. And then that and Sandstorm was pretty epic. She was like, this is amazing. That's who it's for.
But
not
that
for
light,
you,
that
you old
light
man.
show was so bad. They hyped it up as though it was going to be something.
What about the?
It was very pretty, all those lights flashing over in the
I
stand.
thought it was good. It looked cool.
We need to stop trying crap like that.
No, I loved it. What about the live selfie cam?
Oh.
That was hilarious.
Oh, my God.
You are such an old grumpy
Yeah, I am.
man.
You wouldn't
No.
believe how much hassling I got from Henry. It's like, oh, scan this QR code, scan this one, Dad. It's like, no, I'm standing. I'm doing a good job just standing.
Yeah, no, I thought it was fun. It was good to have that at the last game.
Vardy said, I rate that they play Brainstorm in the lead up to the second half. I actually do that. I like that too. I always enjoy it when I hear that playing. It's good.
What?
The Arctic Monkey song they play in
leading
into the second half. Yeah, don't mind that. There was another comment here that I was going to... Oh, Folky. Any scares for Filthy? Not a great performance, and then seeing clutching his neck when he got the bump. Yeah, we spoke about that earlier. Not ideal. Is there a chance they rest him this week?
I reckon because there's an enforced bye after this game, they'll just get most of the team through, and then
Yeah,
they've got a
maybe.
week
It really
to rest.
depends how bad his neck is, I guess.
Yeah.
You'd hope that he'd be doing some kind of small rehab through the week, and hopefully he'll get through it.
And what was your thoughts on the commentary of Thilthorpe's little foot tap of the ball?
Oh, yeah, far out.
I thought it was pretty obvious that he was trying to ping it towards the boundary umpire, who you couldn't see in the shot. He wasn't in the frame, but on the other angle, you could see him right there. Clearly, the
Yeah.
umpires didn't think much of it.
No.
Is it really that bad?
Well, he went to tap it to the umpire. He put his hand up saying, sorry, I fluffed that a bit. Whereas the commentary, again, was just like, you can't do that. And I think it was Dunstall said, and that was deliberate, as if he's deliberately trying to waste time. It was him being a bit silly with trying to do a foot tap to the umpire instead of just picking it up and fluffing it. It wasn't I'm going to waste time.
Again, that was them kind of like cheering on the Pies. They really wanted the Pies to get that last goal and have this fairy tale ending at Adelaide Oval.
Realistically, 10 seconds later, the Pies got a free kick anyway. So it did not change what happened in the game almost at all. And they had 71 times to get a goal. They kicked 7, so they had a 10% chance of that making a difference.
They're all, the argument is that, it gives them time to set up defensively. Well, it gives everyone time to set up defensively, doesn't it?
Oh, the
Everyone's
fact
got the same amount of time.
The fact that the umpires spend 50 minutes waiting for 2 rucks to get into position gives everyone time to get into position.
Exactly.
So-
And how slow do you think they're doing this? Like, they know what they have to do.
I don't disagree with anything you've said, but don't do it.
As I said,
You won't do it again, that's for sure.
I'd be pretty keen for him to not try to pass the ball with his foot to any umpires.
Yeah. Well, and we make this call, but why was he kicking it towards the field umpire when there was a boundary umpire right in front of him? That's what I don't know.
he was trying to get it to the boundary guy.
But the one that was down the field was the guy with the long hair.
No. There's another angle, and there's a bald boundary umpire,
I
where
see.
he's kicking it towards.
Yeah, right.
But you can't see it in that first shot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All
why,
right.
and for some reason, that footage has gone completely missing.
Either way, it didn't
Yeah.
need to be so much focus of the post game. That was pretty much all they were talking about.
Yeah, of
so.
course.
Oh, it was ridiculous. And again, it's just like story making for the footy shows.
Yeah. SN also, we weren't calling North the enforced bye. There's an enforced bye after North before
Yes.
finals start. Just
No,
we're not getting that cocky.
We do have to play an official team this week.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Is that it?
That was it. Yes.
Yes.
My bads are done. There was a few. What's next?
Are we talking about the W at all?
We absolutely should.
I know I was away last week, but
Yes, unfortunately, we are
boy.
so wrapped up in the men's team that we completely forgot to mention that the AFLW was starting this past weekend.
despite the stellar work that the AFL has done in promoting the AFLW
That's
start
correct,
to the
yeah.
season, particularly anything other than the Collingwood Carlton game.
Right. And look, I'll admit I'm very distracted with the men's team right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't know when the round one of the women's was.
No.
And we've totally forgot to mention it. But the girls did play against St Kilda on Sunday afternoon and oh, dearie me.
Is it also the first? Was it last year that it still started in the bye, so they did actually have clear air for their first round? Whereas they've started at a time where there's so many people focused on what's going to happen to their team in finals, so
That's
it
right.
is not clear air whatsoever.
No. Is there a good start time for this at all?
Yes.
Like
Before the men's season.
but we hated being in the sun watching that.
I think I'm going to take. I think I would
You
take
would take
that.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because my
they
care
don't wanna do
levels
that, though.
would just be well, for me personally, my care levels would be a lot
Forget
higher.
them. Forget their recovery. Forget
No,
the
I
fact they have to
understand.
play in 40-degree heat.
No, I absolutely
I
understand.
think
yeah,
it's not a summer sport, so I just think it's inappropriate. But it's at the moment just seems like everyone is at the height. If your team is competing, you're at the height of focusing on what your men's team is doing.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
really hard to then take your focus to two.
I mean,
things.
it's been fine in other years because we haven't been anywhere near the finals.
We've like bring on the AFLW as soon as possible.
It just happened to be this year that unfortunately we're doing well. The girls are really, I don't think they played well at all, unfortunately. I can probably highlight a couple of players who had good games, and one of those is Maddie Newman, cousin Maddie, who kicked the first goal of the game. But generally, we just don't look like the team we were once upon a time.
Well, we did a Collingwood where we had so much inside 50 ball but could not do anything with it.
Yeah,
So,
and that forward line absolutely worries me. I know we've got great goal kickers in Caitlin Gould and Danielle Ponta, and now we have Indy Rashid, who is also a gun kicker, but it just wasn't working out for us.
Ponta had like 3 possessions for the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I watched about 15 minutes of the game. I'll be honest, and I think I saw at least 15 inside 50s in that time, and we did absolutely nothing with them. It
Yeah.
was insane.
To
Yeah.
their credit, St Kilda were just absolutely on fire.
Yeah.
And their ball handling compared to ours was elite. I think we have a serious issue with clean hands and ball handling.
Well, we looked really rushed
Mm.
because of the pressure that they were applying. I feel as well that we've lost our competitive edge in terms of our hardness and conditioning. I think we've always found it a challenge in terms of some of the faster teams like Brisbane keeping up with them, but I think that's almost up another level. Like
Yes.
St Kilda looked a lot faster than us.
Yeah.
They looked a lot more primed for this season. We looked like we're on the back foot. It's sometimes the way you play makes you look slow, but we did look slow in comparison to. And I mean, players like, it's hard for like Eloise Jones because she was always that explosive, really fast player, but she's coming off a Achilles. So, I mean, we've still got some players like the Kellys, but and Newman's quick, but overall, they looked like they were going to outrun us pretty easily.
Yeah, and EJ was great for a comeback game off an Achilles as well. The other terrible thing that happened was Hannah Munyard came down with an ankle, which I've confirmed is a dislocated ankle. So she's probably out for most of the season, if not all of the season. Was looking like a broken ankle initially, so really lucky for her that it's just dislocated, but that's really not good news for our forward line.
Well,
She's another potent,
if you're going to
fast.
dislocate, that's probably a fair sign that some significant ligaments that have been stuffed, and ligaments take a long time to heal.
And it did not look good on the way down either, unfortunately. So, I think it might be a long AFLW season, unfortunately, and it could be the first year that we don't make the finals.
Yeah.
Just going off that game alone.
It is only one game, so I guess we'll find out. We'll get Randall back from Bali, which will be nice.
Bali.
She was, I think, she was maybe the celebrant of her brother's wedding in Bali this weekend.
Oh, yeah, there was
It was a long booked thing that was going to happen, but so that's why she was out. So
All right, now Digger's saying it's broken again. Well, which one is it, Digger? You've said it was broken, then dislocated, now broken again. Give me the right news that I can have the scoop on.
Might be a bit of both.
It might be a bit of both. Yeah, you're right.
I think we might be finding out over the next month or two what it's been like to follow a women's team that isn't playing super well and how excited we get about it. We've had it very good for the last few years, or probably the first, was it 8 years or something?
And honestly, like, I wonder if that's a little bit why we are going to have a down year, because one, we've had access to really good talent, but we also have been pillaged by Port Adelaide. They've gotten the like proper guns in their draft. We haven't had many high draft picks. Also, like, we are quite reliant on like that OG kind of side in Randall, Gould, Martin, Stevie Lee Thompson. God, who else?
Well, Marnyard would have been close.
Marnyard,
to the start.
yeah. So I just wonder if like that, you know, where we don't really have those, you know, we've got one or two of those up and coming girls who have played footy like all the way through and have that level of speed. I don't know if we really have that this year.
No. Rashid made a good start.
She really did, yeah. And was it Cronin, the new Irish Irish gal? She was really good too. So, the Kelly sisters are absolute jets. So, yeah.
Digger said it's a bimalleolar fracture.
Bimalleolar.
Yes.
Getting it done now by the best ankle surgeon in Melbourne. Oh, that's great news, Steve.
The malleolus are your pointy bits on your ankle. So if you think about your bones that point out on the inside and the outside of your ankle, they're your malleolus.
Oh,
lateral and medial.
Right. And if it's bi, does that mean it was both?
Both of them.
Ouch.
You don't want to do both of them.
No, it doesn't sound good.
It really didn't look good.
One thing we didn't. I didn't watch it, so did you have anything more to say?
I just had really brief stats. Was the 50 to 28 inside 50s our way for not working well. They had 57% efficiency going forwards. We had 30. They had a better disposal efficiency, 66 to 61, and we lost stoppage clearances 23 to 13. So at the coalface where you'd think we'd have a big advantage, we did not, which is a bit of a worry. So yeah,
Ewing's. Someone said look underdone. Yeah, well, she's had a year off, so I wouldn't expect her to be completely fit and firing straight off the bat. Hatchie, had a lot of people saying that they think Hatchie doesn't look fit, but I follow Hatchie on social media, and all she's doing is she's in the gym and running. So I wouldn't say she's not fit, but maybe she's just not the player she once was.
Yeah, maybe not as match fit, like a different sort of fit. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't want to bring it up because I wasn't sure whether it was kosher, but now that we mentioned it anyway, Ewing's didn't look super fit to me, but I don't know whether that's just how she is or whether there's an issue there. But
I think, well, like I said, she's had a year off footy, so she probably hasn't been doing much in that time period. So I'd probably give her another season.
I think I was just surprised because she came in with big raps. So sort of
sure.
like, it was I
still thought she was pretty. She was
all right.
actually all right.
Yeah.
Like, she had a few opportunities, but we just can't seem to make the distance with the kicking. Outside 40 metres.
Even when we've been good, our ability to put pressure onto the scoreboard has been a challenge.
Yeah.
So now if we're not ahead in other parts of the game, it's going to be really, really hard to put scoreboard pressure on.
Yeah.
So.
One thing we didn't mention earlier that happened today was obviously Wanganeen Miller are signing on at St Kilda for an extra 2 years. And I think, was it you who tweeted about it being good for St Kilda?
I think it's very good for the Saints. I'm really happy for their fans, honestly, because they need something right now.
I think I'm equally happy for St Kilda as I am happy that Port didn't get him.
I think it's just a shame that they'll have to have a squad of 30 because they can't afford to pay everybody else.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well,
when Tom Koning comes in.
They've got a massive amount of their salary cap tied up with those two players. That's pretty insane.
Which, in a way, that was one of the things. Like our rebuild hasn't been about getting one superstar that's paid a whole lot. It's about a team effort. So,
well, I think that's why it's good that we stuck with our offer, which was 1.4 or 1.6 is what's being reported.
Not the was it 12 years for $2.5 million?
Yeah, up to 30. For over 12 years
with Port.
If that's real, that is exactly why the AFL needs to step in with these contracts and say, no, you are not allowed to do that. Imagine if Port, in their shit state that they're in, offered him that 12 years and then he did his knee and hardly played.
Honestly, what are they thinking?
It's just mental.
That is like so detrimental to their playing list.
And aren't they funded half by the AFL anyway? Like, it's crazy
and
that they think they can offer that.
Nothing to take away from this year. He's been really, really good and he's been very impressive. There's nothing to say that necessarily this form is going to happen for the next 2 or 3 years. Players have peaks and troughs. he's not every year is he going to be worth $2 million a year.
No.
It's very few players who have a consistent, amazing record over their whole career. So,
having said that, if he did genuinely get offered that from Port, he's crazy not to take it.
well, he'd have to play for Port.
Yeah, but he'd just be sitting back getting
But it's Port.
ridiculous.
I think purely he didn't want to be stuck somewhere for that long because that is such a hard contract to get out of if you're not enjoying it.
But
and
imagine
they're
that
not getting any
security.
success.
Yeah, but that is completely about individual glory and not necessarily a team doing well.
Oh,
if you're taking up that much of a team's salary cap.
I'm applauding what he's done. Don't get me wrong, but like that's a big thing to turn down if that is legit money that he got offered. Yeah.
Joshy said, yeah, but didn't we offer Errol 10 years and 1.5 a year? Yeah, but I think that was just us being ridiculous, wasn't it?
I think it was a Hail Mary.
I think when we weren't
do it.
when we were struggling a year or even 2 years ago, anyone who was like an up and coming superstar, we were desperate for anyone who was good. Like we will just offer whatever because it felt like we had nothing to bargain with other than money and years. Whereas now I feel like we can go, well, we're set up to be quite good for quite a period of time.
And we've got a lot of players who are going to be asking for a pay rise.
It's not about you being the be all and end all, but it's about you coming to something that's worth being a part of. So we're in a much more privileged position than we were recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're not desperate. There's no desperation anymore.
Not at the moment. No.
Yeah.
All right, well, shall we move on to the North game?
Did anyone else?
Marty brought up Petty. Oh my God, that was the luckiest
Did
game.
about
anyone
Redmond?
else do votes for the women's or just me?
Oh, no, I didn't do them.
I'll just do for the team.
Yep.
So they may not be
done,
very
Ben.
good ones. So I had Newman for 3, Marinoff for 2, and Rashid for 1.
Yep.
I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, me too.
Well done, Ben.
Thanks. And quite achiever, I had it for Hannah Munyard. She had 5 tackles before the ankle injury.
Yep.
Sorry, Digger. I will get more interested. I couldn't do it this weekend.
Yeah.
Doug Digger's
No
probably
long-
not sensing
no.
my sarcasm.
And sending
no
lots
longer am I the misogynist on the pod.
Yeah, that's right. Sending lots of love to Money too. Hope she's okay.
Yes. Yep. Quirky. We've been saved by a few players turning us down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
wowee.
true.
It really is.
We've coped all right, so it's fine. I don't, and 2 years time, I think maybe he will come to us and we will be able to hopefully offer him a bit more money. I can't really see Port turning this around in 2 years.
Oh, no, they can't.
No, definitely not.
No, not if one of Rosie or Butters leaves.
And we'll be full tilt at that stage, so
Yeah. Yep.
let's go.
Brendan Cox, that's a name that we were chasing.
Pretty
that,
desperate for it.
hasn't done
Well, we
much.
had such a no-name backline, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Yes.
Well, let's talk about the North game, shall we?
Yeah, actually, just a little bit of housekeeping just for people that will tune out before the end. We've got more people watching this than I think we've ever have before. So if anyone's not subscribed, just do that, please. That'll be
Yeah.
lovely.
And
Even if you hate us, come back for more.
You don't have to agree with us, but
No.
we don't agree with each other a lot of the time, so
And
it's
we
all
like
fun.
And we like it when we have opposing things in the chat. It's good.
And seeing as that's the case, just letting you know I did beat Dan in the prelim. So that's probably the main reason Dan's not here
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, and
So who was the other? Who was Jake in?
Jake, it's me and Jake in the grand
Okay.
final.
Oh, wowee.
And if it was held last weekend, he would have beaten me. So
Yeah, right.
had a
I
bit of a
reckon
down week.
if you win, he should buy you a TA burger.
Oh, I'm happy with
Actually,
that.
I'll hit him up about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What if he wins?
You have to, well, he won't want a TA burger because he gets them for free.
I'll let him.
But they're
get
really
himself
good,
a
aren't
TA
they?
burger.
Yeah,
they
He
are
loves
good.
them.
Yeah.
Just before we move on to the North game, I just want to
Still
let you guys know that the girls are playing next Sunday at 2:35 at Unley Oval against the Cats.
Unley Oval.
Yeah, the Dog Poo Park.
Yes, Dog Poo Park.
It's my preference over Norwood. I think it's a more pleasant place, particularly if you're taking children.
True. You going to go, Ben?
Is it Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Henry's got some weird carnival, all-day carnival on Sunday for his last game of football.
All right.
On
So that's a
Sunday.
no.
That's a 9:30 till 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon thing
Will you be coming
Good
up for
Lord.
our watch a party of?
on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, that's where it's not impossible
Okay.
because Henry doesn't play football on the Saturday.
Right.
It's the Sunday instead. So,
Yep.
But as I said, that's a fair bit of water. I'd have to get under the bridge for that to be allowed to happen.
Fair. Okay.
Kids welcome, Ben.
Well, if kids are welcome, if I can get a kid out of the house, I'd say my odds go up significantly.
Well, Maggie might be coming with me.
Yeah.
All right.
so-
Well, I could see if I can get one.
Girls might
one
come
or-
too. Who knows?
Yeah.
One or two of them might come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
All right.
knows?
Who knows? All right. Well,
Oh, it's looking good, folks. Looking good. Looking pretty good.
Then we went on that chat after we asked people to subscribe. That probably wasn't
Subscribe and then come hang out with us.
Yeah.
All right. Adelaide Crows versus North Melbourne.
Yep.
What's going to happen, Ben?
You'd hope we'd win.
Yeah.
It might be a busy day yesterday, whatnot. I may have not quite got to this part of the episode in terms of much preparation for North Melbourne.
That's
but,
okay.
Does anyone care about this game really?
Not really.
Just the fact that it's the last
Funny
one.
that we are coming into them after a win like we did last time. Remember
Yeah.
their heroic win against Melbourne that they had, and they were all up and about thinking they were a good team when we played them last time?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I've done the same to Richmond. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of their main forward line, their big targets are out. I would have thought we should be fine. It's at Marvel, which I think is better for us than if we'd had to go down to bloody Hobart for it. So, I'm going to say we should have a win. Like Sheasel's in good form. McKirch is doing a lot. He's getting a lot of pace on the ball for them. So we'll just have to. LDU often has really good games against us. So it's not. It's probably a bit like West Coast, where if we turn up just expecting the win, we could be in strife like we were for a lot of that game.
Yep.
But I think Nix is aware of the fact that we're not in our top form at the moment, so we do actually need to stand up from the start. Hopefully all the distraction that has been this week, we can still stay in the moment like has been our mantra all year.
Yep.
And maybe it'll be a rallying thing they go, well, that's all pretty crap, but now let's focus on what we can focus on. And
Come out screaming. Absolutely
find
pump
some
them.
form.
Should we see who's playing?
It's like a sauna in here.
Evening, people. Round 24 from the sauna. North at the Dome. Top two is locked, so it's going to be very interesting to see if we rest any players this week. If anyone's sore, pretty hard to work that out on a Monday training, especially tonight. Nothing else to discuss as we do. Move on. Need to really tinker up in this midfield and clearance work. So, pretty big test out there with Sheasel, LDUs, Simpkin, a few others there. North have got a very decent midfield. So, good to test ourselves against them and sharpen up for finals. Outs 4-23, most probably. Out in Laird, Dowling, Schurenberg. Stay in, keep him sub, see how he goes. Give him a half. Probably to note, to my opinion at the moment, Murray is probably the one that's on the edge. Butsy back. So, see how we go. All right, guys. Speak to you next week.
Don't disagree on Murray, and I think I said last week he should probably have come out for Jordan this week. But I actually, he did a few good things.
I poo-pooed you when you said that a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, I watched
I know you agree.
Oh, I think it's much of a muchness between them, really. I think they both offer something.
Yeah, I think coming up against the forward line of North Melbourne that we've got coming up, probably Murray fits the smaller forward line.
Bit more dynamic. Yeah, I agree.
There's not a big monster that Butts needs to tame so much. So
for sure. Yeah, Butts is that one that we want to play potentially if we've just got a big bullocking forward for him to sit on.
Yeah, like a Sam Darcy who'll puncture his lung.
Yeah, that's it. That'll be good. Yeah. But led in for Smith. Is that what he said? I think.
Can't remember now.
I'm assuming that'll be the switch. I think Smith was all right on the weekend. I think he did some nice things.
I don't think Bond comes out. He's just been too good. I didn't think Smith was bad either, but yeah, they are going to want to bring Laird in pretty quick. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't feel like Schoenberg really took his opportunity with a lot of composure.
No, well, that one kick that he had that just needed to go. Was that to Dawson, I reckon, and he missed him in the last quarter. Yeah. My God, that was just that was. I know mistakes happen. That kick just had to hit.
I just feel like him, Murphy, and Pedler are three players that are just playing for their careers and showing that they're a bit nervous. While they're playing for their careers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, selection will be interesting. And I absolutely would not be against them. I know I agree with the banana peel game sort of commentary, and with their midfield, I think they have the ability to beat teams on their day.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be against us having a look at Thielthorpe and whether we need to take him to Melbourne, whether a couple of weeks is beneficial.
Yeah, it all just depends. It might just be a bit of a sore neck, which will not be harmful for him to keep playing games.
Well, Burgess has said that. Well, Burgess always errs on playing, doesn't he? He wants them to play through injuries rather than resting them. So, yeah.
So, don't know. But
what about Mitch Hinge?
Mm.
Can't really. I just like. He just seems like he's dropped off quite a bit in the last few weeks.
He's such a funny one, isn't he? Because he's had some patches that have been absolutely elite.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he would have a fair few votes if we went back through the list.
Yeah.
But then you just watch some of his games and you just like you don't notice him, or he does some really awkward stuff. He goes in hard though. He was in the middle of a few packs on the weekend that was pretty important. But yeah, I don't know. He's a funny one. I can't quite decide whether I really like him or not.
I think like sometimes he's amazing and he does really go hard at it, which, is admirable. But it's kind of like, is he effective enough?
He makes some odd decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd be interested to know what the general chat thinks of him. But, yeah, it's...
I mean, he, like when we were putting Curtin in the middle, he like played that wing role, which I think also suits him quite well. So it would be interesting to see how he mixes it up in this finals campaign, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What Vardy said, Hinge with ball in hand is a lottery. And Quirky said Hinge feels critical to how we play, though. Yeah. Like, I don't disagree. But that's why I'm a bit confused, because he does some things that make me think, like, is he in our best? And then he does stuff that, thank God he's there, because he goes.
Yeah.
He's actually prepared to go.
1% a beast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So,
Well, it's been a long and fun season for a change. We've had some good times this season. I can't believe it's almost coming to an end.
It feels weird, isn't it?
It feels weird that we're actually going to be doing this through the finals campaign.
It feels weird that at no time have we talked about who we need to draft at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, now we're going to keep our first round pick.
Maybe.
We might be able to trade it up for the Dyson Sharp selection.
That'd be nice.
Port doesn't have theirs, do they? So,
No.
But I think Dyson Sharp will be pretty early. So,
Looking that way.
well, he'll be pretty early, but he'll still be big 25 by the time they get through academies.
Trade radio, we package up our first pick along with Schoenberg and Murphy, and we get pick 4. So it's job done.
What about Shoal?
All right, good.
At Shoal, yeah. I'd forgotten about Shoal.
Oh, yeah, I could never. But I had to change my YouTube name to Lauren Nix
Yeah, I
instead
saw
of
that.
Lauren Shoal, because
Yeah.
obviously Shoal's he's just really not getting back in this team.
SN, I don't think Ben has the chat up, but I'll let him know that you're apologising for the puns.
I am.
He's been teasing you in the chat. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's just bullshit.
We've doubled our number of wins from last season, Barty said.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
was
that's
very
impressive. Yeah.
I think we should all be really stoked.
I think
as
we are.
Crows supporters, like that. Yeah.
We would have been so happy in here tonight if that bullshit didn't happen last night.
Yeah, absolutely thrilled. It's really it's such a deflating thing to be going on. But, this feeling is not new.
No.
It's happened so many times before, just some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruins our mood.
Really does.
Yeah.
But look, thanks for joining us out there. And I hope, we'll get in contact. We'll let you guys know if we're going to do the viewing party.
Yeah, we'll put it in the Discord.
We'll put it in the
Twitter.
Discord. So if you're not already in the Discord, I'm going to put the link in the chat.
Will it be Arkabar? Probably Arkabar. Or here. Maybe here. You could do the new courtyard.
Oh yeah, well it's up to you, mate. Whatever you think.
They've done up the Mount Barker pub.
What's got
recently,
cheaper?
haven't they?
What's got cheaper food?
No, it's all expensive.
Oh.
I shouldn't say that, actually. It's all general pub prices, which is overpriced now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah. All right, we going?
Yeah. Thanks everyone in the chat. Sax man, good to see you, mate. And I'm really sorry that your last hurrah at the home ground.
Yeah, it didn't quite go to plan.
wasn't the
Has
best,
he
but
been signed up for a multi-year contract? Or?
I would hope so. And hopefully he does get to play some finals footy. Sax man. Hope you've inked that in there, Matt.
SN says you need to finish your pint.
I really do.
Yeah.
Does finals, do you get your normal pre-game?
No.
It just
Oh,
goes-
you would if you were
Surely.
Port, but not us.
So it turns into
That's not a gather round,
generic.
is
It's a generic pre-game.
Well,
for the
the
finals.
finals are an AFL game, so I guess that's similar to gather
We're
round.
the home team.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't work like that. 'cause-
Gather round's no home team.
Well, look, if there's no
yeah,
sax
I
man,
don't
we
think
riot.
so. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that. It's an AFL game.
I'm sure I've seen finals where Brisbane get all their, take me home country roads for Charlie Cameron.
Yeah, but that's not on the same level as Sax, man.
No, I'm just saying that they've got what they do
Nothing
in their home
compared.
games.
So does Port, but Port got their stupid song at gather round.
Well, he said
Yeah.
finals are different, but fingers crossed.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Well, we must have you, Matt, because you are the lucky charm.
Yeah, that's right.
Even if you can just get a seat at the grand final and just randomly start playing before at the start.
All right, gang.
All right,
Well,
let's get out
hope
of
you've
here.
enjoyed the home and away season so far. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
North by 33. No, us by 33 to beat North.
Crows by 75.
54.
Bye.
Bye.